Rise and shine, Pembina Valley. Good morning, everyone. I am your host, Maria Fraze, and I am so excited to be here with you guys this morning. I have had such a fantastic weekend. The weather has been phenomenal, and we have spent most of it outside. So I have just been enjoying every second because I think someone said to me, we have earned this weather in Manitoba. We have earned this weather. 2020 hasn't brought us a lot of wonderful things, but it sure has brought us wonderful weather in December, you guys. It has been amazing. So I want to tell you a little bit about what's going on today. I have Harry Siemens here from Siemens Says. We're going to be bringing him on shortly. And also another little treat is the mayor of Altona, Al Friesen. So you guys want to stick around, and I want to talk to you about a few little things, including our community spotlight a little bit later on in the show. So why don't you join me today? Grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your hot chocolate, whatever it is that you're. Hey, have you guys heard of hot chocolate bombs? Have you heard those things? They're like these little chocolate things that are made completely out of chocolate, and inside is hot cocoa and marshmallows, and you drop them into your cup and you pour hot milk over top of them, and they open up and explode to make a hot chocolate. Have you heard of these things? This is craziness, but I'm going to have to try this. So isn't that going to be fun? That'll be really fun. I'll have to try it and give you guys a review and tell you what's going on, because those are fun little tricks that I love seeing. So let me take you to the weather. Let's take a look at what it's going to be like today. And then we will bring on Harry, because that's going to be a lot of fun. I always enjoy our chats with him, don't you? It is so exciting. Okay. So right now we're sitting at 0 degrees in Winkler. You get my Winkler weather because that's where I'm sitting. So, and I am the weather girl right now. So that's what you get. And today's forecast, +6. 6 degrees, you guys? 6 degrees? 6 degrees. Okay. Who's going outside today? Who's going to be outside today? I'm going to find a good walking trail. So, I have really been discovering all of the wonderful walking trails, and it has been a joy. So, alrighty, so we're going to do that. We're going to talk to Harry. We're going to talk to Al Friesen. We're going to talk about last week's shows, what happened last week's shows, and what's coming up this week's shows. So you guys, right after the commercial break, we'll be talking to Harry, all right? Sounds good? I am very excited to see you. Good morning, Harry.
Good morning, and good to be back with you. And it's another beautiful Monday morning. And as you know, being a freelance journalist and broadcaster and whatever else, weekends don't really matter much to me. They're almost all the same. So right. Monday is Monday, and I love it. It's a good time to be back with you.
Totally. Thank you for joining me. I always enjoy our chat. So every single time I always leave oh yeah, I can't wait to see Harry next time. So that's really great. So tell us what you got to share with us today.
Well, today it's first of all, we look at this weather, and the cattle producers, with the stock out on the on the range, so to speak. They love this weather, because when the weather is right now, it could be -20, -25, and it's going to go to +6 and only goes down to maybe -8 or 9 at night. So, they really save on feed costs.
Oh yeah,
big time. And for some, and right now, with the COVID processing plants that were shut earlier on, there was a backlog, prices fell, and of course, the whole pandemic has changed the complete outlook of how people are buying food, right?
Right.
Steaks and those kind of things were bought a lot of places in restaurants. People would have them in restaurants. All restaurants aren't selling them except for takeout. And so people are starting to do more and more. So it changed the whole scene. Initially, they really, the demand dropped, but at the same time, it kept back up, but in a different way. And so cattle producers really, at this point, need all the help they can get from Mother Nature, and that's a real gift, and they appreciate every last bit of it. But and when you look at what cattle producers do, I have Tom Tykrup is a past president of the Manitoba Beef Producers from the Interlake, and he talks about how this year, last year he was probably at $2.50 an animal. That's what it cost him to feed. $2.50
really?
a day.
Okay, a day for the animal.
Right.
Okay.
That was last year.
Yeah.
This year he's going to, because of the great crop, and now with the weather, even he'll be around probably $1.30. So that's
wow.
That's a difference of $1.20 per day per animal, and he feeds 500 animals. So you can figure out once you put that into your calculator.
Right, because I'm not doing that in my head. That doesn't work for me. So, and plus it's morning time, so that's it.
And then the other thing is the hog producers. I just saw an article. Like I just joined or was invited to join a WhatsApp group, and it's about 200 hog producers, and they're mostly from the colonies.
Okay.
And so I've had a great time in the last week having discussions with them, and they of course follow me in other places and magazines. And they just text me a link where the largest hog farm in the world, behind the walls of hulking industrial compound in rural China, it's going to be the biggest hog farm in the entire world. And last week we talked about African swine fever, those kinds of things in China. So they're going to have to really hope and do things that they will not get infected with African swine fever. So, that's another story for another one. The markets, the markets continue to go ahead very nicely. And, and so, I mean, the fall work is done.
Yes.
I mean, and we didn't have, like last year, we had a whole 2 million acres across Western Canada that had to be harvested in the following year, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so now we've got this beautiful fall, beautiful harvest. Farmers are sitting on some pretty good crops and good prices. So from the grain and special crops and oil seeds, things are looking pretty good. So that's that part of it. The other thing I wanted to mention, social media. I have about 26,000 followers between Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, and I post every day. And they feed back to me. Especially Twitter. So if I want a question answered about agriculture, they will help me out very quickly. And I just got, like with WhatsApp, I mean, 200 hog producers. I mean, they're discussing something every day. Wow. And it's pretty awesome. So, that's part of the story. And the other last thing, if I may.
Yes, you may. Absolutely.
The Western Canadian Wheat Growers Association.
Okay.
They celebrated their 50th anniversary, and they were last year in 2019. It started at 1969. Okay. And so of course their big 50th convention last February or March or whenever it was got canceled, right, because of COVID. Okay. And it was going to be in Regina, Saskatchewan. I was booked and ready to go. I was so sorry because I have followed the Western Canadian wheat growers. It started as the Palliser Triangle wheat growers. That's what they were first started. Oh. And my father-in-law was a member right from day one in 1969, introduced me to them in 1972. And I followed the Western Canadian wheat growers, and it's their 50th anniversary. They have a book for sale. You can get it, online from where I am. You can see the link to it. Okay. And it's an awesome history book of the Western Canadian wheat growers across Western Canada. So I just wanted to throw that plug. Yeah, you bet. It's an awesome book that they're selling. Okay. and as I say, I have a link as well. And so, it's. Is
that on your Siemens Says page? Is that where that link is?
On my Harry's. Yeah, you bet.
We'll tag you on that. We'll tag you on the episode here so people can just go to the tag and then find your page, and then they can take a look at it there.
It's probably the only truly independent farm organization in all of Canada, and I appreciate working with them. In fact, the last trip that my wife and I took was in 2018 in March. We attended their annual convention in Washington, D.C. They every so often they would move it out, and so that's where my wife got had some pain, and of course the rest is history. And so, but we had a great time in Washington D.C. and I followed them around, and they've been very good to me. We've worked together closely over all these years.
That is really wonderful. Good. Well, Harry, thank you for coming on here again. So same time, same place next week?
Absolutely. I love it.
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much again. I really enjoy our chat. So you have yourself a great rest of your day. And guys, I will bring you the mayor of Altona, Al Friesen, right after this commercial break. Good morning, Al.
Hi, Maria. How was your weekend?
It was actually fantastic. How was yours?
Wonderful sunshine. Anytime you can get to go for walks like this in December, it's kind of like a Christmas present. So in the midst of all the other things that are going on, the opportunity to walk and see all the smiles that people have on their faces, it's pretty special.
It really is. And we've been enjoying our evening walks, even me and the kids, and we've been walking and looking at Christmas lights. So we take a little different path, after 5 o'clock, and it's so beautiful. So it has been a real joy for sure. That's excellent. So Al, tell me what's going on in Altona right now? What's going on in your community that you want to chat about?
Well, let me highlight a couple of things. Number one, back in 1981, a group called the Altona Gretna Optimist Club started something called the Empty Stocking Fund. So since that day, it's been happening. And this year, because of the circumstances, and generally what we do is we donate, and we collect items, and we put them into hampers, and then we deliver them on a Saturday before Christmas.
Okay.
With this year, that's not possible.
Ooh.
So what they have done is they put together, it's all cash donations, created some gifts as well, primarily cash donations, but that will still be taking place. So 40 years or 39 years, the Empty Stocking Fund has been active in Altona. This past Saturday, I happened to stop by Red Apple, and Red Apple in a fundraising day for the Empty Stocking Fund. So I spoke with the store manager this morning, and on her behalf, Susan's the manager, on her behalf, want to thank the people of Altona and area for their donations and over $2,000 in toys and cash for the Empty Stocking Fund. So that's a good thing. And we're real pleased with that. And it brought to mind, I was doing my, how everybody is, we talk about stores being closed, and that's true to some extent, but most of our stores are still open. You just need to go curbside or online and all that. And so I did my curbside pickup at Red Apple and made my donation to the Empty Stocking, and soon they'll be connecting with needy families in our area and bringing some Christmas cheer in kind of a tough times. Wanted to point that out. The other thing I thought was kind of neat was, and got a note this morning from one of our Altona residents, and here's how she said: in an attempt to see some smiling faces, my husband and I put up a candy cane tree on Friday in our front yard. Passers-by can take one candy cane per day. Smiles have been worth it. I had to order more candy canes from a local store to replenish it. I don't think we would have done this in a normal year because of how busy December is. So maybe a tradition has begun out of the necessity of slowing down this Advent season. Small joys in the midst of
I love it. That is so wonderful. Like actually, what a great idea.
I agree.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me add one more. Excuse me.
Absolutely.
Sorry about that. Let me add one more thing. We talked about online options and curbside options. One thing that we have started in our community is called Shop at Home or Shop from Home. You can still access goods from your favorite local businesses through delivery, curbside pickup, virtual consultations, and more. So check our Town of Altona website or Facebook page. All the details on there. We've had, many of the area retailers be a part of that, or service providers. So we think that's one way of moving forward despite what can be some trying times.
Absolutely. And that's wonderful when we can do things like pivot like this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. It's like we're Manitobans. One day it can be summer weather and the next day we're pulling out all of our winter gear. And I said, if there's something that we know how to do, it is how to pivot. So to be able to do something a little different in a time that we normally wouldn't do, right? So it's fantastic.
Well, I read something just recently, Maria. I read something just recently that said, pivot is the new black. So there you are.
Yeah, I would have to use that completely because I 100% agree with that. That's great. That's a good quote. Wonderful. Well, Al, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day. I know you're a busy man, but thank you for taking the time out of your day to come on here. And we'll make sure to have people, how can people contact you if they want to contact you? They just go to the Town of Altona website?
Absolutely, or email me anytime. It's real easy. The mayor's desk at altona.ca.
Super easy. The mayor's desk at altona.ca. That's really wonderful. Excellent. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on here today. And I'm going to see you again some other time.
Absolutely. For the interest, Marie, I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You as well. Enjoy your +6 day. Great. Bye-bye. All right, guys, sorry about that. I am just going to do a quick recap on last week's shows. Did you guys catch our Thursday shows? You guys, there was so much great info out there. The farm show with Wendy Dick on Thursday night at 7 was fantastic. And if you haven't had a chance to be able to watch that, you go ahead and you go back and watch that. It is on our Facebook page. And then, of course, yours truly, me, with your Women in Business show. And that was on Thursday at 8. And I was interviewing Candace Bax-Friesen from Investor Smart. And she is amazing with the info that she gives us here. And we talk about mom guilt in the Women in Business side and things like that, where really we get kind of down to what can you do as a mom. So you're like, working and you're doing all the things, and how do you kind of overcome that? And so that was a really great episode. Make sure you go watch that as well. They're both on our page. So that was last week. And now this week, coming up this week, we have 2 more episodes for you. Thursday night at 7, I believe we have a farm show. That has not been confirmed by me this morning, but I'm pretty sure it's happening. And Thursday night at 8 will be a Women in Business show where I'll be interviewing Lorena Mitchell from Evolve Green. And I'm telling you, that woman, she has like the brain. She's just brilliant. She is brilliant when it comes to off-grid options, solar panels. There's so many things that we talk about, and I am like so intrigued. So guys, you make sure that you join us on Thursday night for those things. And of course, that's wonderful. So I'm just going to take a quick break here, and then I will talk to you about our community spotlight. Okay, so last week, guys, I did a community spotlight for Anna Joe's Bistro, and I am looking for people who would like to be on the community spotlight. That's what I'm going to be doing. So what we're doing is people in the Pembina Valley. Anyone in the Pembina Valley who has a business that is a brick and mortar business that we can do, let people know that you're open, that you're doing curbside pickup, that you're doing takeout, delivery, whatever it is, however it's working. I mean, I have been able to do a lot of curbside pickup, just as Al Friesen was saying, that we have a lot of places that are doing that are offering those kinds of things for us. And so I just want to bring awareness to all of that kind of stuff so that we know, who is open and that kind of thing. So let us know if you are a store. Let's just back this train up just a little bit here, Maria. If you are a business in the Pembina Valley, now I'm talking, Crystal City, I'm talking Altona, I'm talking Morris, I'm talking all of the Pembina Valley, and you want to get your little spotlight in here, please message us. Please send us an email at mbnewsandsports.com and news@mbnewsandsports.com, and we'll get to you, or connect with me on Instagram. If you guys connect with me on Instagram, that's where I hang out, and you can always send me messages. Tell me what you're thinking. Tell me what's going on, and we will set up a community spotlight for you guys. So, and that's all I have for you guys today. Real short, real sweet. We are working on things like the Pembina Valley Humane Society. If you know of a animal shelter in the Pembina Valley that wants to participate and have, a little spot here that we can actually do to show what they're doing, what their needs are, what kind of animals that they have to adopt, and how to go about those processes, let us know. We're working with rec departments so that we can actually get you some rec updates. I know there's not a lot going on right now, but things like the City of Winkler has like an athlete of the week. And if you haven't checked that out, you need to go to Yes Winkler on Instagram as well and check out their little pages. So guys, there's so many things that are coming up. And if you have any suggestions, please do let us know while we work out all the kinks of the morning show. And remember, I'm not your tech gal. So sometimes you see glitches and stuff here, and that's just me. You're going to roll with it. You're going to drink your coffee and you'll be okay. Okay. I promise. So guys, you have yourself a great rest of your day. I am so thankful that you guys chose to join me this morning. And you guys, I'm just so happy to be here with you. So enjoy your +6 day, and we will talk to you guys again very soon. I'm believing on next Monday. So same time, same place. See you later.